Isn't it crazy how much a garden can grow in 4 weeks? This one sure has. I'm going to try to do this fairly quick because it was sprinkling a second ago. I've gotten all the radishes out. I put more soil in. I just haven't planted anything yet. Over here I do have a couple little sunflowers popping up. But I planted a bunch of different things and I really needed to get it mulched. So, you know, the rest of it will start doing better. This here is my tomato bed that's not doing so hot. This one is doing fine. It was just planted. Well, it wasn't just planted. It was a baby when the rest of them were bigger. It was, think of it like succession planting because of the frost. It was late going in. But my Amish paste, you can see the yellow on it. This one's called Snow White. It's a cherry tomato. And you can see some yellow on it. And I think that one is a Brandywine. And some yellow on it. This one right here is my paste tomato. I've got 4 over here. And I think I got 2 over there. But you see the yellowing, and that's nutrition, I'm sure. And I've used fish emulsions and everything else. So I need to add more plant food, but I'm going to wait till I get back. This one here, I think said it was a Brandywine. Yep. And it's got a tomato on it, but it's not looking too good. I finally harvested the lettuce. It was getting better. And there's the baby tomato I put there 4 weeks ago. I did, however, get the green onions pulled. And all of this is my apple cucumbers. They have taken off like crazy, especially with all the rain we've gotten the last 4 days. It's trying to climb up the arbor and the trellis. It's not quite made it to the, well, it's almost to the top. And then they got that one over there. So you can see they're almost there. But I highly recommend these. They are awesome. They are called apple cucumbers. I got another one down here. Whoop, where did it go? Boom. They're really, really good. I really like them. I have some over here. I'm just not sure where. Oop, there's one or two. 1, 2, I don't know. There's a bunch of them over there. This is my grapevine tree. And we had 19 days of no rain, and it took its toll. Because like 10 of that was no irrigation. But you can see, well, if it ever focused, there we go. Dried up grapes. I do, however, still have some. I have the irrigation hooked up, and we've gotten so much rain, the ground is actually giving underneath me as we walk. And I still have some of those. You can see some are dried, some are good. So, but yeah, the apple cucumbers are taking over. I did get all the garlic pulled. And the strawberries have kind of stopped producing. But they're still alive and kicking. Alright. You see that it's starting to work its way around. This is the bed that was dug into for 7 days in a row. If I had to guess, I would think this one was loofah. I think this, where is it at? I'm trying to get it where the sun is not shining. That looks like birdhouse gourds. But you can see, like, right there is some type of melon. Up there is a melon. This is a Kajuri melon. This is a tiger melon. That's why I said they got mixed up. But they're still growing. I had some powdery mildew, and I used the baking soda and water and sprayed it. So that's why you see the brown spots. See, I have kale, my nasturtiums, a random carrot, my tomato plant, and a couple more tomato plants. The tomato plants I put in here 4 weeks ago, but I still have some kale left. These I thought were a bush bean, but apparently they are a pole climbing. They are a purple hull. I got them in a seed swap, so yeah. But as you can tell, I do have peas. I have some over here, and we got some here. This here is just kind of rare lettuce, and I'll leave the name of it in the description because I can't ever remember it or pronounce it right. But it's got like twice as much calcium as a glass of milk or something. It was like really rare and really good lettuce, and it tastes good too. But here's my tomato plants. These over here, these are melons too, but you see how tall that bed is. I think it got shaded too much when the sun comes up during the morning, so it took a while for these to start growing, but they're starting to get there. And as for my poor corn, this bed's about 14 inches tall. There's about 12 inches of soil, but let's see, this is the tallest one that's standing fairly straight. Yeah, it's about 8 to 10 feet tall, I think. Okay, say 7 to 9 because it's in a raised bed. But it's been wind blown for the last 4 days. I do have ears of corn, and I've tried to tie it up, but you can see it's not wanting to stand. I need to maybe tie a string from that one to this one and kind of put a buffer. But there's another ear of corn. But the wind has been so bad, especially Friday. That storm was really bad on the wind. It pulled our gate off. It broke my potato stems, or blew them over, and then they just won't stand back up. Except for that, that's a tree. This one here was getting bug damage, and the heat was taking a toll, and then the storm came. I really need to harvest it, but yeah, it's wet and muddy right now. And that one's not looking too good either. Let's see. This bed here, these are some radishes I'm going to let go to seed. But you can tell they're really big. And then I got a zucchini plant in here. It's got vine borer issues, but it's still producing zucchini. And then I got 3 tomato cluster plants, I guess is what you call it, tied up. I'm not even sure of the variety, but it's all like a wild jungle in this bed. And I got some parsnips right there I need to harvest. And you see all the tomatoes in this one, but it got wind beat bad. More parsnips. And then this one, you can see it's still producing zucchini, but it's ate up with vine borers as well. Sorry, the mosquitoes are biting me bad. But I got squash there. See, that one probably needs to come off, but then I got another little baby over there. I think this is the zucchini round, but we'll have to wait until it starts producing to find out. Now, this is my proud bed, I guess you could say. Look how tall the tomatoes have grown. And I've already pulled like a ton of tomatoes off this thing. These are the Cherokee purples. And all of them. I had to put these stakes in Friday because this one, the top broke off of it. I stuck it in the ground on the other side, and we'll look at it in a minute because the top just broke completely off and it had a tomato on it. This one here has a tomato, but it's a, what do you call that? Bonnie's Choice? Yeah. But it was put in here last to replace a tomato. This one has a lot of wind damage, but the tomatoes are really heavy. Let's see if I can show you how big that tomato is. And then there's like 3 of them right next to each other. And then a few more on this side, like 3 more on this side. And it's just so heavy, and all that wind just decimated it. Now this here's some of my favorite this year. Brad's Atomic Grape tomatoes. I love these things. You squeeze them to know when they're done. When they're soft, then they're ripe. They come in different colors, red, purple, greens. They're awesome. This here, I forgot to show it last time, but this is my Malabar spinach. And it goes all the way to the top of the arbor. See it sticking up there? But I did take a cutting from this and I stuck it in a bottle, got it to root, planted it over there. This one here, I got tons of cherry tomatoes. That's a nice little cluster. And these are sun sugars. You can really see them over here. But this plant and one of my atomic brads have kind of started mingling together. I had one here that died, so I put that broken top one here. It may not do anything. It may die, but I just figured, why not? And then here's some more of my atomic brad. See how that one's got more of a red color to it? It's not, it's almost, but not quite. I might pull it before my trip since I'm going to be gone. But, see if I can get this up in there. Look at that. Ain't those pretty? Got one back there too. Bunch of babies. But this is one of my favorite beds. Tomatoes have really done well. Okay, let's move over here to my pepper bed. This little bitty old plant is a banana pepper plant, and it is just loaded. I'm used to them being taller by now, but I got a late start because of the 3 frosts. But I had to put a stake in it. And this one here, I probably need to get a stake for it too. But if you notice, I've got plenty of peppers, and I've had to start tying them up because they're getting heavy. I need to retie this one. This is the tomato plant that was near the whatever that was. I don't like it. It don't have many flowers on it. I think I'm fixing to yank it. I just haven't done it yet. This one has tons of flowers on it. It's a cherry tomato of sorts. Let's see if I can get over here to the ones that are almost red. They're pretty good. I've had one. So, yeah, I like... It's got, tons of flowers. So I expect to come back to a lot of little baby tomatoes, or cherry tomatoes. But you can see I had to start tying them up because the wind just devastated them. And then here's my onion bed. I did have 4 little garlic. I finally pulled those. Some of these need to be pulled because they're starting to get soft, because too much rain causes them to rot. But I think it was only 2 of them. But let's see if I can get in there with my hand. See, so I got some that are pretty good, some that are medium to small, and then some medium to big. Well, for me. That's not my biggest one, I don't think. But I've got a big one in there. If it would ever focus. There we go. That's a really big one. It smells so good over here, though. But they're starting to get there. Not much longer, and it'll be time to pull them. But let's go check out the spiral. But first, let's check out the elderberry. We'll wait on the spiral for a minute. Since I got it out of the bucket and put it in the ground, it's looking so much better. It probably won't produce until next year, though. But I'm happy with the growth that I've gotten so far. Alright. Some of the flowers have died, but some of the seeds that I planted have started to sprout. And I want to say these were zinnias, but we'll have to... I'm pretty sure they were. But like that one's a petunia, and then a zinnia, then a marigold, and then a petunia. The potato slips are doing good. Sage is doing good. The purple slips are doing okay. Oh, yeah. Rosemary looks rough. I'm just going to leave it alone, leave it be. And we have a plane. The plane, boss, the plane. We have one every time I do a garden tour, don't we? I think we do. But there's another pretty one. And that's a petunia. And my rosemary that looks so sad. But when it starts growing in like July and August, it will be beautiful. At least I'm hoping. But it looks good right now, I guess. I need to do something with that pond, because I still haven't yet. Time is always a factor. But I do love my spiral. No doubt. It's one of the coolest things I've ever built. But let's go check out the other flower bed. Alright, this is probably my most ignored bed. Hang on, I got a scratch. Mosquitoes are biting bad. These are purple Russians. I need to stake them up and tie them up. Got like 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And then I have 2 pepper plants on the end. A chili, and then, what is this one? Hot red, large cherry pepper. But these are the purple Russians, is what these are. I figured I'd just keep them together. And I still have a room to put like another one probably. But this bed is like the most neglected bed I own. And I need to change that. But yeah, you can tell it's definitely grown since a month ago. The biggest, wasn't the best. But I got some small ones, some big ones, some medium ones. Okay, maybe not big, but big to me. Right now I have them sitting on this table. But yay, we have garlic. I'm gonna ferment some. I'm gonna braid some, and I'm gonna save some to replant. Those I actually planted in December. I should have planted in October. But there you go. There's a little update of the Gnome Country, June edition. I hope you all have a great one. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And God bless and peace.